Welcome to the Empowered Podcast with Deanna Merlino, an all-encompassing personal development show where I will be sharing with you just how to transform yourself into the best version of you, both inside and out. From wellness, entrepreneurship, spirituality, and manifestation, I'll be showing you exactly how to live your best life. I will be keeping it as real and raw as it gets. So get ready to peel back the layers and really transform yourself under the surface. Because nothing is better than finding your purpose and living this life as your true, authentic self. Hello, Empowered fam. I hope you are all having an amazing day. And I hope that you are doing something, that you will do something special for yourself today. Maybe that's stopping to grab your favorite drink. Maybe that's going for a walk. Maybe that's starting a new book outside in a garden. Maybe that is just taking 5 seconds right now to take a deep breath. I hope you do something really great for yourself today because you deserve it. And so I'm, as always, excited to be here with you guys. And last week we talked about the biggest thing that has come up yet for me at this point in my professional career and becoming a keynote motivational speaker. And so if you have not listened to last week's episode, make sure you go do so. It's really exciting. It's really empowering. The message that just keeps coming up for me over and over and over that is just being hammered into me right now is that we are all supposed to be sharing our voice and following our dreams and playing our role in changing this new earth and the way that things are unfolding and getting rid of the old ways. The more we stand in our power, we become a lighthouse for others to stand in their power. And so I will always, always, always hope to motivate you in doing that. And so this week, the story continues because after I jumped in and faced my biggest fear of public speaking, of talking to groups in person, and deciding that I am a speaker now and feeling so good, standing so in my power, standing so confident, being so open and honest and raw and vulnerable and sharing my story and making sure to share all the parts, not just the highlights, because that's so important. Just sharing my story, my story, my truth, what I've been through, and hoping to use it as a motivational factor and a motivational push for people. Doing so, as I always explain, signaled the universe. And I had no doubt that it wouldn't, because that's how it goes. When you do the scary thing and when you jump and you fly and you trust that you will be supported and you trust that that thing was placed on your heart for a reason and you go after it, you give it your all, it is always going to be rewarded. And so literally immediately following this, I had something really awesome happen, and it's totally tied into last week's episode. So I figured there's no better way than to continue on in this episode than to tie the two together and really show you how powerful our choices are and the impact they create and how fast it can happen if you're truly committed and surrendering into the scary things and surrendering into your callings. Because another thing that I shared was that I am becoming officially a published author in October. And then I got word right after this event that all of the publishers in this book, it's myself and 21 other amazing, inspiring, impactful women standing in their truth and following their calling and chasing their dreams. And all of us got picked up to do a speaking panel in Denver in September. And I'm so excited. So I already have my second speaking event lined up, and I just so excited. The event is actually the Denver Small Business Expo, and it's a week-long conference in Denver, and we will all have an hour Q&A speaking panel about entrepreneurship and inspiring women and just inspiring others in general to chase their dreams through the hardships. And so I'll get to share my story again in front of a lot of people and for a really amazing event and cause. And I'm just so excited to watch this unfold for me. I'm so excited for this journey to be starting and continuing so quickly and so impactfully and so massively. And I'm really excited. So Russ and I will be going, my husband and I will be going to Denver. It'll be a quick trip, a quick turnaround. I'll get to meet all the women who I'm in this collective book project with, and just really good things are happening. And I still have so much more to announce to you all. Like there's so much coming down the pipeline for me right now that's happening so fast that I don't even have time to really bask in the excitement of sharing each thing with you. And this really brought up a point with me that I want to stop and hit on a couple things because it's twofold. It's double-sided. The first thing is, especially because I'm getting a lot of new listeners here, and you may not know me outside of this podcast. You may have just started. For those of you who know me, know that I have been chasing this dream and this journey has been unfolding for a very long time. We're talking like a decade. We're talking 6 straight years of pursuing entrepreneurship, always knowing that I was meant for more and just trusting and letting everything unfold for me, falling down 1,000 times and choosing to stand back up and keep fighting. This is not an overnight success story, but I know at this point in my journey, as things are speeding up and as people are starting to fly into my world like crazy out of nowhere. For example, I just realized, not even paying attention, that my Instagram account hit 10,000 followers. And for some of you, that might not seem like a lot. And I really don't love vanity metrics, but there was a time when I dreamed about having 10,000 Instagram followers. And now that it's happened, I didn't even know it. Sometimes we get so caught up and we're having so many wins and we're so busy with our head down running and working that we don't even realize that we are knocking off the goals from our list without even realizing that it's happening. So that's going off track. But my point is that I want you all to know, and I've said this before and I will say it again, that my page 20 is not going to be your page 1. Everything that I share is always to motivate and inspire you. It is not to scare you, to hold you back, to diminish you, to take your power away, to take your voice away, for you to feel unworthy or question yourself. I am here to do the exact opposite. So if you're just starting your entrepreneurship journey, or maybe you're well in it, but you haven't had a huge win yet, keep going. Truly dig in and keep going, because it will happen. The only thing that you need to do to ensure success is to never give up, no matter how long it takes. You have to be willing to commit to the journey, no matter how long it takes. I can almost promise you it's not going to happen on your timeline. It is going to divinely unfold in God's timing, in the universe's timing. It is not your timing. What you have to do is show up and do the thing. The rest will be handled for you. You don't need to know the how or the when or anything like that. You just have to have faith and keep going. And so I just want to remind you that if your story doesn't look like mine, that is okay. And that's for a reason and for a purpose. My story is mine and your story is yours. And together they weave a beautiful tapestry. Do not let where I'm at in my journey discourage you ever. That is not why I'm here. That is the opposite of why I'm here. I'm here to show you. And I've said it before, I'll say it again. If I can do it, you can do it. And also, twofold, I do not want to take away my light and my power and my voice and my journey in order to make others feel comfortable. And I say that because you should never do that either. And so I encourage you that if you ever get to a point when you're watching my stories, when you're hearing my podcast, when you're hearing my wins, and you start to get a little agitated, or you get a little bitter, or maybe you start to feel that lack creep in, use it as motivation. Those uncomfortable feelings are only to show you that it's something that you desire too, and you may not have it yet, and that's okay. But if you're seeing it in your reality, if you're seeing it in your world that close and that proximity, for me, it is there to show you proof that you can have it too. So use it as fuel. Use my story as your fuel to remember to never give up, because I will not stop shining my light and sharing my wins, because I have worked my ass off and I have had faith blindly through the journey. I have taken the aligned action steps. I have had the faith. I keep taking the steps. I keep pushing forward. So no, I will never not stop sharing my wins in order to make others feel more comfortable. But I never want you to get lost in that without using it as motivation to move forward. So, with that being said, I love you all so much. Thank you all for always being here and supporting me in my journey and listening to the crazy stories as they unfold. I assure you there are more to come. Again, reminder to do something nice for yourself today, whatever that may be. Again, even if it's as simple as taking a breath, maybe doing some journaling, sitting outside in the sun, going and looking at and smelling some flowers, something simple. Just do something nice for yourself. I love you so much. I hope you have the best day and the best week. And I will see you next week on the Empowered with Deanna Merlino podcast. Love you all. Thank you guys so much for listening to today's episode. If you want to find out more, you can follow me on Instagram at Empowered with Deanna and my personal page, Fit Deanna Lolita. You can also visit me on my website, which is deannamerlinofit.com. Make sure that whatever platform you guys are listening on, please rate and subscribe. And this means so much to me. It's going to help get me out there to help so many other people. I'm so grateful that you're here with me on this journey of wellness and self-empowerment. I cannot promise that it will always be easy, but I do know that it will always be worth it. Stick with me, and together, let's start living as the version of us that we were meant to be. Because the world is waiting for your gifts, and you deserve to live the life of your wildest dreams and beyond. So friends, let's get empowered.